Hello everyone, my name is Shivani Singh and I'm from Varanasi. Today I'm going to read a short story from my own book, Diabolical Thoughts. However, this story is long enough, but to fit the duration we have been given, I have summarized it. This story is about a woman who's trying to meet her mother, revisit her mother after being cut off from her family for choosing a partner of her choice. I sat gulping down chicken wings at a Polish restaurant in streets of Benares. I was alone in the city, having left my kid and wife back at home. I had left a part of my heart in Indore. The streets here confused and baffled me. How can people walk so pushed up together with no care in the world about what's happening 2 centimeters away? My sinking heart found its anchor when the phone rang and the name flashed, Devika. Pihu, my 3-year-old daughter, was calling me. Her bright smiling face and her high-pitched, "Hi mommy," vanished all my worries. My eyes caught Devika doing her usual chores. My heart skipped a beat. After the call ended, I got out as soon as possible and into the loudness of the city. The honking cars and the rush traffic because soothed me. And then it hit me. Everyone was doing exactly the same. It was too peaceful and the silence hit you hard here. She travels to a place where we all usually go for peace and quiet, the Ghats. The Ganga smiled a little as she jumped up and down with sterling wind. She danced in front of me, waking that inner child that had knocked me the day Devika proposed to me. The Ganga smiled broader. I guess she could sense the happiness in me, but I could see the pity in her eyes, which she knew my sorrow too. I have been at Varanasi for a week now and still didn't have the guts to go to my home, which was just 10 kilometers away. The Ganga rose as if it were angry at me. She pushed me, mocked me, taunted me, and forced me to go. How could I refuse her cold, beautiful eyes? The auto stopped in front of the pink house, tarnished throughout the years. The green calendar I had planted in the 5th year had grown into the fountain of small little leaves, washing the windows with every wind. My mother's droopy eyes, fixing itself to identify me, stared. My every conversation with my mother had been here. I, sitting on the kitchen slab while she cooked, and me eating half of the raw ingredients during it. Until it all stopped after she caught me kissing Devika in our apartment when she visited us. It created a void. The void became a hollow. After my father died a year back and I could not muster up the courage to face her again, the pain made me guilty of being the brazen woman, for choosing Devika, for choosing my happiness. I waited patiently as she pulled up a chair and we enacted our act from our childhood. You know, when I was 18, before I married your father, I loved a guy from my college. We decided to run away and have our own little family somewhere away from this mediocrity. On the night of the great getaway, as I took steps from that veranda, clad in black sari and a bundle containing all my clothes fit in haphazardly, the veranda called me in my childhood voice. The younger Lakshmi played hide and seek with her father and she called out "Pakad liya" and giggled. The smiling face of my father broke me down into tears as I fell to the ground crying. Crying for I could not betray your father, crying for I didn't want to hurt Murli. Your father was a nice man. He was understanding and a true gentleman. It's not that I was not happy with him or we didn't love each other, but I knew deep in my heart it would have been so much better with Murli. I know I could have been 1,000 times happier had I taken that step that day. Her eyes were damp by now. I see your pictures on Instagram. You're happy. I see that. I can recognize that child who always sat at this very place and told her beautiful stories. She's your Murli and I'm so happy that you chose your Murli. She patted my back and we hugged for eternity. All those years that I had missed her, all those years that we spent being angry with each other, burst like a volcano and into redemption. It melted both of us and hinged us back together.